he wasn't planning on going to his rehab facility on that specific day. So he had some loose ends he needed tied.
When he went to rehab, Jason was like, "You need anything, man?" He was like, "Yeah, actually, I have this mascara that I sold on eBay. Can you drop it off at the post office for me?" And Jason's like, "That's what you need?"
He's running an eBay shop?
Oh yeah.
From his house?
He's actually gotten like pissed at me for a few times recently about this. I'm like, dude, it's funny. You've made millions of dollars on television over the decades, and you're selling free stuff you get on eBay for like $20.
He's selling
like the Jenny Craig tote bags?
Yes. There was like a Monopoly board that they got, like press stuff, or like
PR packages he's selling.
Yeah. One was like a coffee mug.
I don't really give a what anybody thinks about that. I will continue to do that, and I will always do that.
Does your store have a name?
No, I just have an eBay. Like I buy, sell, like I have a collection of all kinds of, all my toys I bought, everything I sell on there. I got rid of a lot during COVID because, well, we were scraping money at that time, but I think everybody was. I think everybody was selling at that time. I literally got rid of all my cars, everything.
The time put in to run it, putting up the ad, writing a description, adding the brand, taking the photo, and then mailing it, sending it to an order.
And he's always like, well, dude, I mean, look at all this money I've made, like, blah, blah, blah. It's
No,
like,
listen.
But
I'm not defensive. I'm never going to stop doing that. Like, I'm always going to do that. I don't understand the problem that people have with me making extra money. And gas is expensive. Cruises, school's expensive. Why not?
he's not selling it like, this is like worn by Jax Taylor. He's just like a random guy on eBay selling like some protein shake. Like he switches protein powder, there's half a thing left. He's like, $20, half a thing of protein powder.
Not ever happened empty Opal. It was always been full things. I would have. No, I get a lot of.
You know what he could make a lot of money for? A pair of panties with a baby wipe.
My God.
You should put that in the eBay store.
All right, are we done?
And he actually is sensitive about it when you call him out on it. Like he doesn't like being called out on this.
That might be his hobby.
I love it. It's a hobby. I like buying, selling, and trading.
This guy's sober now. He has nothing else to do but buy and sell.
I don't see a wrong thing to do by selling things on eBay. I don't see what's wrong with that.
Did you drop the mascara off at the post office?
You know what I did? I did drop the mascara off at the post office for him. And I didn't even Venmo request him the $4.50 postage stamp. I picked it up. I got it for him.
You're a good friend, Jason. You're a good friend. Michelle, how is co-parenting going with Jesse these days?
It has not been fun.
Our situation is not good.
We agreed on a schedule, and you said forget it. I never said that, and that's not true.
Michelle, you told me.
Jesse.
Here's the schedule now. You will drop her off to the nanny.
Who's the nanny?
Doesn't matter who.
It does matter who the nanny is. I'm her mother.
We're doing our best with Isabella. We just changed her schedule. So we're doing every other weekend, 2-2-3 now, since the beginning of this year.
I don't want to take Isabella away from her dad. That is the reason why I moved a couple blocks away, and we're very close. So we have a little bubble, and we split her 50-50. So every 2 days we see her, so that it's not a long time that she goes without each parent. Mm-hmm. And then now we have her every other weekend. As she gets older in the custody, I put that we'll do 5 days at a time when we feel like it's appropriate. Because I don't want her to be, a week without her mom or her dad.
Yeah.
Michelle just recently moved into her boyfriend's house. Conveniently forgot to tell me, but I put the pieces together. She told me a month prior, she said, I might, when my lease ends, be moving into Aaron's house. And I spoke to my lawyer, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's how the relationship is.
We just moved in together. Isabella absolutely loves it. And it feels like a home that I haven't had for a long time. And I love it. Like when I have Isabella, we have family dinners. And I used to just do all of that by myself. So the fact that I have a partner, even though that's not her father, he treats her as if he's a stepdad.
Aaron's
love that.
really, really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he cooks. What I would give.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best.
When I found out that she was moving into his house, I contacted Michelle and her team, and I said, look, this is a 30-something-year-old man with no experience with children. If Michelle can't perform her custodial duties for, if she has to go out for a girls' dinner or something like that, I have first right of refusal to take her. Michelle said, absolutely not. And then I talked to him on the phone, and he's like, oh, no, Michelle and I have had a conversation. I don't plan to be a caretaker. She's already said, if this situation arises, she'll call you or get a nanny. And I'm like, all right, so I proposed the exact same thing. Why did she say no? And then I asked him, I said I wanted to come at least see what her living arrangement is like, bathroom arrangement, the house in general. And he said that something like Michelle doesn't feel safe doing that, but I'll send you pictures and videos, which he never did. And to be honest, Isabella's very happy with the situation. She likes her room, she likes her bathroom. He has a porch where all her toys are.
That's good.
I know Michelle's a good mother and wouldn't put Isabella in a harmful position. And I know Aaron's a good guy and wouldn't do the same. It's less about control and it's more about safety and security.
I call it a roller coaster because if he's in a good mood, he thinks that we're okay. And when he's hungover in a bad mood, then it's all my fault. And so I believe he's a great father, but he was a horrible husband and he's a horrible ex-husband.
I couldn't be like happier to be with like someone who gets me on like a cellular level.
Oh, Benji.
So do you think you would want to move in for at least the summer?
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm gonna try not to cry. This is honestly, are you gonna say ruin my spray tan? I'm gonna hit you. I think everybody saw how like distraught I was. I had found the person that I wanted to move forward with in life, and I thought I was gonna lose it. We broke up.
Like completely?
He possibly could be deported, and like his visa didn't get renewed. And I was super sad when I thought that we weren't gonna be able to move forward or figure out how to navigate this like really nuanced situation of like, he's technically still married and he ain't American.
Yeah, I was like, Zach, what's happening here? Zach doesn't like date anybody. Like he's never really had he had like maybe a couple guys he's dated since we lived together.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, he really loves this guy. He's falling for him, but he doesn't live here. He's still married. He's from Canada. What the hell's going on? So I was
Jasmine
a little
was putting
sus.
up her like,
Yeah, I
her
was
like, what?
But now I love him. I'm obsessed with him.
I love Benji.
Benji can handle Zach.
Yes. And like,
It's
like
like when I
bounces
met Luke
energy.
and people were like,
Yeah.
wow, Luke can handle Kristen
Yeah.
and love her for who she is. That's how I feel about Benji.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to dull Zach's sparkle.
Yeah.
And to think this all started with a grinder date. So he brought him to my house and said they'd been dating for 3 weeks. And then,
I love that.
then months down the road, he was like, I actually knew him for about 2 hours.
Stop it.
I'm like, you brought some stranger over to listen to my apartment. I will say, I could tell Zach was definitely more into him than any other guy I've seen Zach with, so I was happy for that. And I thought Benji was really smart. He's an optometrist.
He should be the face of Grindr. Like, you too can find love if you choose.
How's the living situation?
My roommate was like, things are way cleaner with Benji. Benji wears flip-flops inside my house because he thinks the floors are too dirty. I'm like, yeah, because I gotta keep up appearances. He just flew back to Canada yesterday. He has to stay there for a month. He has to go through his divorce hearing. This is the one that kind of tells us what's gonna happen. He's already gotten an offer to have an education visa. So he just comes in and out on a normal
like a vacation thing?
visa.
he
Yeah,
has
so
to
he
go
just
back.
comes in vacations with me and then leaves. And then we just do it again until we can finally figure out the full situation.
You know, it's interesting because we had just sold Scheana and Brock their house. My history with Scheana really was only business. So I don't know why she wants to get all up in my business.
She's told people, including a friend of mine, that she's sleeping with other
And
people.
who's this friend? I'll call him right now.
Scheana.
Perfect. Let's call Scheana.
Let's call Scheana.
My friend in Orange County. She has been sleeping with other guys. Is that true or false?
That is correct, verbatim. She straight up told me this.
First time meeting her.
And I'm like, why are you telling this to me when you know the first thing I'm gonna do is repeat it to her?
Yeah, she
It
knew
was
that we were
just-
very close.
Yeah.
Scheana does what Scheana does. She's like, oh, so how long you guys been dating? She starts asking her questions, you know?
I just was shocked that she was being so open with this information.
She probably led her to the question, are you in love? No, we're not in love, you know?
Apparently they were just like openly talking about it at the party. But it is funny though.
I mean, I've been around same friend groups and people are not sharing all of their dirty laundry with me. There's something about Scheana.
Yeah.
When Scheana's, she gets all the tea, and then she comes back and spills it for all of us.
She's a good storyteller, that Scheana.
Oh, she has all the secrets.
She finds a way to insert herself to stay relevant, in my opinion.
I mean, this is in the same vein. She likes to keep her finger on the pulse of everything going on, and
must be exhausting.
And she, by nature, she's a gossip queen. She always knows everything going on with everybody. She's the first to know. She's got a lot of little birds out there.
It just comes down to like, she's so interested in what's going on. She just loves it. And she wants to ask. She'll just ask you straight up. She'll ask the questions.
Scheana has more time in a day than everybody else. Like, so Scheana works hard. She's a great mother. She's, you know.
She knows what's going on with everybody.
And she keeps up with her friends like no other. Like, is she just always on the phone all the time?
She communicates with people like no other. Like, if she was a personal assistant, she would communicate with everybody.
It's impressive.
Honestly, like between her and her mother, the conversations that they have, that's where they just like constantly ask, like, wow. I'm like, who cares? We don't need to know that granular detail of what's going to happen when we get to the store. Let's just go to the store and figure it out.
Yeah.
No, they need to go in there with a plan. They want to know what the exits are, like what in case of emergency, worst case scenarios. And she's just consistently in her head, struggling with her stuff and just like solving everyone's problems.
So what's your relationship with Scheana like today?
I mean, we're very cordial. I mean, we don't hang out. I don't hang out with Brock. Like I don't hang out with the people that are behind Michelle. Like,
if it's not beneficial for her, she won't be around. That's in my opinion.
I can see
and
that.
If it's not benefiting her or keeping her relevant, she wants no part of it.
She wouldn't invite me over for like a birthday party, you know what I mean? But like, I would probably I know I would invite her. I was thinking about the list this morning for Isabella's birthday. Like, I'll invite her and Brock and Summer and, you know, I might not invite Lala, but that's a different story.